I know exactly what you mean by the doctors pulling that shit, and they are liars, and they know what's going on. My doctor told me, the one I had before he got rid of me, you know why, speaking up for myself and bringing him documentations and proving that I'm right. Well, a lot of them did get violent, literally get violent, throughout other patients that I knew, sent them letters and saying, we're not seeing you no more, because they won't listen. They're assholes. And yes, they're liars. A big part of that is because of the reps in the companies offer them big incentives. If you promote Paxil, if you promote this, if you do this, you're getting shares, you're getting stocks, you're getting possibly a share in a home in Florida. We're getting you airfare, we're giving you miles. You're going to a pool, which is a potential of $100,000. And it only takes a couple of people, 3, 4, or 5 people even, to leak that shit out, and you threaten the fundamentalism of a lot of these fucking doctors in the hospitals. And it's very evil that they do that. That they put this over us and say, you're threatening me, basically is the way the doctor's acting that way. That's why he acted that way. And I've seen that, especially over the benzo issues. Whether they are choosing not to give them to you, period, or saying you're just insane. Now, you went through what they said is arrhythmia. Well, I'm just going to let you know that should have killed you, because normally it does. There's 275 known, and I'm telling you this, known side effects for benzo withdrawals. Alright? Arrhythmia is one of them, and it leads to a heart attack. Seizures is another, and there's a whole host of other things, and yes, they go on, unfortunately, sometimes for life. Now, how I came off of them, thank God, was a friend brought over Klonopins. Now, mind you, I was on 6 milligrams a day of Xanax, 2 milligrams each dose. And I can tell you if it's 11:59 and 59 seconds, the next second my dose is due, the anxiety was that bad. And if I didn't take it, and even if it was 10-15 minutes later, I would start doing this, and electricity would start flowing in my brain, and I would just get rageful, absolutely rageful. And not because until I get my dose, it wasn't a baby thing, as some people are probably watching this and thinking, but you know what I'm talking about. I had to have it because somebody was going to die, and it wasn't a case of I better have my beer or I'm going to punch somebody. It's just give me the beer and everything's fine, or in this case the Xanax. Well, with the Klonopin, I noticed I didn't have to take, after a while, my 12 o'clock, my nighttime, and then eventually ended up being days, and then my full dose ended up being a 16th of the pill, and eventually I came off completely. I remember being over a month, and I said, could you check my urine for benzos? It came up negative, so that's great. Am I completely healed? No. Apparently I've had things happen to me over the years, been shot at, beaten, stabbed at, and shit like that. So this is one little problem I have. It brings out a post-traumatic event. As I said, I don't know what it's from. It could be one of 5, 6 things. But if somebody touches me now from behind, I get this feeling, and you know this weird feeling that we get in our body. You just can't explain it to anybody else, they don't know. But I basically turn around and I will punch you. It's not out of anger, it's a response. It's hot, I pull my hand off. Well, it's hot, I punch you. Or I swing back very hard. It's an intense fear. It's like spiders jumping on you. And yes, I know about the sensations all too well. I used to sit there going like this and shit. Be at a friend's house, and I have to get home, man. It's like 7, 8 o'clock at night. I just missed my dose. The shit be crawling over me. It's fucking frightening. Then I feel all electricity going through my brain. So yes, will you get better? I don't know. But what worked in my case, and I will say to you why it worked, because one thing is odd about benzos, if it's like, especially Xanax, because it's Xanax hydrochloride, whatever, it's quick acting, so you need it again. With the benzos, it's slower tapering. You really, I'm sorry, but you really can't taper with Xanax. It just doesn't quite work that way. With the Klonopin, I was able to maintain a level, and don't forget, it's detectable up to a month in your system. All right, so it means it's in my system for a month. whatever my dose was, I was eventually able to get down. This is after 13 years, man. After 13 years of being on this. So I'm letting you know it worked for me. I'm about, I don't know, 90% of who I was. I wish I had more of a cigarette left. But I don't have any different advice. But if you're trying to come off Xanax, do it the Klonopin way, and you just can't take a quick acting thing that goes out of your system and try to taper that way. You need a constant level. You know what I mean? I'm not saying agree with these other people. You can't just, you just got to taper and shit. But I'm just telling you for a different reason, alright? You're coming off of a different way by doing it my way, It's still in your system after a month. So even if it's an eighth of a pill, which I think I was taking 0.5s at that point, which is probably not even detectable, you know what I'm trying to say? And it worked. But it took a while. I think it took, about 5-6 months for this to happen, but eventually it worked. So, the doctors get paid off, basically, and this is what this shit's all about, and they don't seem to understand, and we need a lot more people to start speaking up and throwing it in their face. And they're going to act like assholes because they're getting a lot of goddamn money to cover this shit up, and they're killing people. Alright, that's my take on that. And I'm sorry you had to go through that, but let's hope this helps the third person. Take care. Bye.